completes it to Julio Jones. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 70 yards. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been terrific so far.
Let's go, guys.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken at the 18. Oh, able to avoid him. Oh, then the spin. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. The first update now from a game going on in Cleveland. And it's the Browns out to the early advantage. Deshaun Kaiser leading the way. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. Nifty move. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee. And that's and here now come the Falcons. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 20. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones. Already. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. They'll look to set up his blockers. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And that will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again on offense. We get a peek at Julio Jones now. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver. I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. 71 yards. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he's on to punt for Chicago. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear
that is
by the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth. Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way, but I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. On third down, Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Not only the completion, but that pass also gives him the record for most passing yards in a single game. What a day.
That tells you that the completion...
It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with now 3. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out come the Falcons now. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. He's going to loft one. They've got his man complete. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A gain of 32 that time. So another catch, more yards, and now enough yards to break this single-game record.
It seemed inevitable the way this game went that the yards record would fall, and we got to see.
Get set for the fourth quarter, a very one-sided affair. Throwing again, Ryan. Oh, some strong running. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A good pickup there, a 22. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago.
Let's go, guys.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded just inside the 20. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we reached the point in the broadcast where you and I We may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsar? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here telling us stretch this thing out a little bit?
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep them here.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones. 66 yards. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago.
Let's go, guys.
And this will be taken at the 13. And he spins free. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys...
He's got daylight. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A big play there. 74 yards. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago.
Let's go, guys. We got all day.
Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. He'll field this at the 5. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. The Falcons, following that Super Bowl heartbreak, try to show everyone that they're back and better than ever, and they can finish a good road win here in the opener. They've got it 1st and 10. Here's Ryan to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. He's at the 30, 10, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Turning into a really good performance. Ryan wants to throw it. He goes underneath to Freeman. Still going. They can't stop. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. On the NFL score. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
2nd and 10, it's Ryan again. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.